No, don't get Larry with me. Don't get Larry. I've had enough noise. I spent last night with Prodigy. My mate's Prodigy banging out. They play this right trick on me, right? So we're going to this rave, right? I've got a big rave. And what you do is you get your tickets from some dodgy bloke in Camden Town, right? And it's in a field. No one knows exactly where it is. But that's all right, because we're all sorted out, right? So you don't know where it is. You don't know where it is. You don't know where it is. You're going to a rave, right? You don't know. You just go there. So anyway, I wound up in this field in Surrey, right? All on my own. They're bastards, them Prodigy blokes. They really are. But then I went out before. I went out for lunch. Here's a funny thing, what you don't know, because you're not involved in the world of television like me. You know EastEnders, right? You know the two blokes that played the Grant brothers? Right? The Mitchell brothers, Phil and Grant, right? Do you think they're hard? No. Right? They're not. I went to McDonald's with them, right? And in the end we complained because the bloke serving us only had 3 gold stars. And we went, no way. We want a 5 gold star, man, or we're not eating here, right? They're not at all hard, right? But you know the bloke who plays Nigel jumped over the counter and give the geezer a whacking. It's just amazing. You don't know what they're like. Oh, here, look. Have a look at this. Found out a new thing, right, that my microwave can do, right? It's fantastic, because it's Swiss-Japanese technology. You get a pineapple, right? Open it up like that. Put the pineapple in, like that. There you go. Press the buttons. Secret code, right? Press that. Leave it, like, 2 seconds. Open it up. And you get an apple and some pine cleanser, like that. It's fantastic, that is. You ain't got one of them. What have I got in here I can show you? All right. I tell her... I've told her 1,000 times. You know I'm a very good friend of Kate Moss, right? Very, very good. And I keep telling her, Kate, you don't need it. All right? Enough's enough. Leave it. All right? Simple as... here you go. You know, I've got this old woman who comes and cleans for me, this old Welsh lady, right? She leaves stuff in here, right, that I'd rather she... Like, always baffled me that, right? Horlicks. Whoever thought that was a good name for a drink? And this other thing, right? Trade Descriptions Act. Trade Descriptions Act. Shut up, right? Trade Descriptions Act. I bought this because I thought I'd get the Spice Girls, Danny Minogue, Kylie Minogue, and Patsy Kensit. But it turns out it's just something you have for your breakfast. Oh, look, she winds me up, right? She comes here, my old cleaner, right? And she brings her... I know she brings her old friends here when I'm not here. So what about if I turn up, right? What about if I turn up with a couple of my mates from Blur, right? I might turn up with Alex and Graham and Damon, right? And I might turn up with Oasis, with Noel and Liam and the other people who no one cares what their name is, right? Now, what are they going to think if they see that, right? They're going to know I've got old people in the flat and it's going to humiliate me. It really winds me up. And that, right, corn caps. What the hell's that? So, because you'd only need Noel to come here after a couple of jars and think, corn, that's a word of food, and eat the damn things, right? It's just too much. Oh, here they are, yeah. This is, am I allowed to tell them now? Because the announcement hasn't been made. Well, it hasn't been made, but it will be made shortly. And there's the publicity photos that we've had done. I am joining Oasis. I'm very happy to be able to tell you that. You're the first people to find out. I can't stop long, right? Normally, obviously, this time of night, I'd be out and about. Right, don't take a piss, right? This is where my auntie lives. She wanted to be a Catholic priest, but she's a woman. So she couldn't be a priest, and also she's a Catholic. So she just works in the laundrette, but she still takes confession, right, in the laundrette. So don't take a piss, my auntie. There you go, it's just a bit of Catholic humour, that's all right. That don't matter. Oh, another programme. Here's another programme that I made. I went down to Southend, right? And while I was down there, they said, make a programme, make a programme. So, it's just a little bit, it's about the radio station. This is the radio station.
First, it's off to Essex FM, running on a budget 20 times smaller than Radio 1's.
Good morning, this is Peter Holmes from Essex FM. It's Holmes Alone, it's Friday morning.
It's amazing Harry Enfield, where he gets his ideas from for his characters. They must just come out of his head completely like that, mustn't they?
Good morning, it's Holmes Alone. And of course, it's the final day of Destination Password. Robbie D's going to be out and about once again today. Now, if he comes banging on your door...
Walsingham Road, Southend-on-Sea, Walsingham Road.
...you're going to be flying to that destination in Europe from Stansted with a friend, a lover, whoever it is. You've got a day trip there. Now, today's destination is Rome. So you make sure you keep that one tucked in your pocket. Rome. Robbie D, who's sort of our roadshow man, front man, if you like, from the radio station, went out during the breakfast show knocking on doors of the people who have written to us. And the idea is that I've given the password out that morning, which was all...
That's why I'm not very good on telly, isn't it? I can't do that, can I? And I'd say the password I'd given out that morning. I wouldn't say it properly. The password I'd given out that morning. He's much better than me.
Is the destination that the person would be flying to. So he knocked on the door, surprised them. If they delivered the password, then they won the day trip to the European city.
Anyway, here's Robbie, off he goes.
Excuse me? Can you tell me where Walsingham Road is, please?
That's what he's looking for, right? You've got the Walsingham Road. That's where he's going, because that person, when he knocks on their door and answer, they say the password, which is Rome. They've been told that, right, on the phone, and they win a holiday to Rome. So at first he's got to find Walsingham Road.
You've got... Oh, right, OK, I'll ask these ladies. Thank you. Excuse me, ladies. Do you know, can you tell me where Walsingham Road is, please? Walsingham? Walsingham Road. Nobody knows where Walsingham Road is. Oh, and I don't know where I'm going. Do you know where Walsingham Road is? Walsingham Road? Down here, yes. It just gets a little slightly...
Sorry, hang on a minute.
Down here, yes.
I thought that was Linda Evangelista for a minute, but...
Slightly worrying, just a little bit tingly, a little bit worrying, in that, you know, we want to find the place and get the thing done so that we can get onto the radio. So it's just getting a little bit tight for time now, but I'm sure we'll be OK.
Of course you will. You'll find it, Walsingham Road.
Road is there. Ely Road is there. I'm in the Grove.
Turn the map round. You've got it upside down, Robbie. There you go. That's better.
Can't believe this. Must be just round the corner. Excuse me. Can you tell me where Walsingham Road is, please?
No, mate, we're just burglars. We don't really know where we are, to be honest.
Excuse me, Walsingham Road? Good Lord. OK, thanks very much. Can I come forward? Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Walsingham Road.
He's asking him where Walsingham Road. I just wondered, this is just between me and you. Take a very close look at that man in the green top. No. What do you think he does for a living? Plumber? Roofing felter? Shop fitter? Drainage unblocked? I don't know.
Walsingham Road.
Further down, mate.
Have a look at the man.
Go to it round here?
Go
Pardon?
bottom here.
Next right. Thank you very much. Hooray! Next right, thank you.
Personal trainer.
Excuse me, Walsingham Road? Yeah? I haven't. No, it's over here, isn't it? There it is. I can see the name tag. I can see the name tag. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Found it. Walsingham Road. Right, we'll get on with it now. OK, so he's
And
found
here it is.
Walsingham Road.
Bell not working, it says here. Oh, I won't bother ringing the bell then. Knock instead. I'm looking for... Well, I hope there's someone in. There certainly should be.
There must be, and they're going to Rome.
I'm just praying like anything there's someone in.
Come on, answer the door.
It's not looking too good, is it, at the moment?
Go round the back. Robbie,
It's not looking too good at all.
go and have a look round the back.
Let's go round the back, see
Go
if
on.
I'll enjoy it around there. I don't normally do this, just run round people's houses, of course, but...
No, you're obviously
let's
not
see what
a
we're
prat.
doing.
Come on.
There's nobody in whatsoever. I don't believe it. I was dreading a morning like this. I can't believe it.
Try next
There's
door.
nobody in.
Try next door.
I wonder if there's anybody next door. No, there's nobody around at all. What?
No, try next door.
I wonder if there's anybody next door. No, there's nobody around at all.
That ain't next door, Robbie.
Anyway, well, here I am. I'm at number Walsingham Road, Southend-on-Sea, and there's nobody here at all, Pete. That's the problem.
What a stupid woman. She's been phoned in advance. Hello, Mr. Walsingham Road. Yeah. Robbie D's going to be coming to your house, knocking on the door, answer it, say Rome, and you've won a trip to Rome. And she's not in.
Every day this week, people have been in, and we deliberately pre-phoned this person to make sure that they were in. It wasn't a stipulation that you had to be on the phone, but obviously if we could make sure the person was in, then great. So this week, we've been to a school, we've been to an office, we've been to somebody's home. It's all gone swimmingly. This morning, oh no, the person's out. So sensibly thought, I'll try next door.
He didn't, actually. Sensibly, he knocked on the back door and thought that was next door. But nonetheless, right, what an idiotic woman to not be there when Robbie came. I mean, just let's go back again to Robbie arriving at Walsingham Road.
Yes, good morning, Peter, and here we are once again on the final day of Destination Password in Walsingham Avenue.
Oh, you big dope. You can look as much as you like. You're in the wrong road, you big dope. We'll come back to him in a minute. Just before we do, right, while I was here, I discovered a woman who's kind of... She's haunted me. This woman has haunted me. How hard do you think you work? Yeah, pretty hard. I work pretty hard. I have to do this programme, right? Plus I have to go up to Yorkshire and do Heartbeat. Plus I have to double up in EastEnders as Big Ron, right? But no one in the entire world works as hard as this woman. Get a pen and paper and work out, if you will, this woman's hours.
I get up at about 4:10 in the morning, and I drive. It takes me about an hour to drive into the studio.
Right, she gets up at 4:10. Let's give her 20 minutes to have a shower. She doesn't waste time washing her hair, right? 4:30. It takes her an hour to get from home to the studio. That's 5:30, right?
So I compile and present the travel bulletins, and that goes on through the rush hour till the first part of the afternoon.
OK, so what's that? Say 2 o'clock. So 5:30, she works until 2 o'clock, right? And then what, you finished?
I go home, have a sleep and have something to eat or whatever, and then come back and do love songs from 10 till 2 in the evening.
Right, so you come back, you do love songs from 10 o'clock at night until 2 o'clock in the morning. So you get away from the studio at 2:10. We know it takes you an hour to get home, that's 3:10. And you have to get up at 4:10 and come back and do the tempo. But surely, if you work those kind of hours, you'd be a nervous wreck on the point of breaking down all the time.
Essex FM, Foreplay, Take That, Brian Adams, Squeeze and Shanice. And we're wrapping up the show with a great tune, live version of Simply Red's Holding Back the Years. Good night.
And now she's got to drive home for an hour, and just as she pulls into her drive, she'll meet her own car coming out again to go and read the news and weather. Anyway, back to Bobby FM, and his visions of the future.
Well, I'm obviously in radio, and I love radio, but I'd have to say television. You know, light entertainment stuff is what I really want to do. Ultimately, because I think my strength is being with people.
Yeah, but they're never there when you turn up, though, are they?
But I got into radio, and I know I have the talent to get into TV. It's just getting that lucky break. That's all I need, is that break, and I'll be there.
Where? Hello, Robbie M, Essex FM.
Robbie, hello, it's Lydia here over at the BBC, Light Entertainment. How are you?
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're very keen to have you on board over here at the BBC. I was wondering if you might be able to pop over to the BBC this afternoon.
Sure.
You know where we are?
I'll see you shortly at the BBC. Super. Thanks a lot. Wow. That was the BBC. You know, I told you my big break would come. I told you I'd be there, and here we go. The BBC. Excuse me, mate. BBC. Do you know the BBC? Like I've always said, I am good with people. I am a people person. And I always said when the big break came, I'd be there, and this looks like it could be it. We're on our way to the BBC, just, you know. So, who knows? I could be on your television pretty soon. You never know. So here I am at the BBC, my big break has come here, it's fantastic. Sorry, mate, bit of a hurry, got a meeting with an executive at the BBC. Bobby M, Essex FM, nice to see you. Thanks very much. OK, so here we are at the BBC. Fantastic. Here I am for my big job interview. And I can't believe it, there doesn't seem to be anybody there. Oh, I'll try next door. No, there's nobody there. I can't believe it. I've telephoned around. It's the first time it's happened to me today. I've come to the BBC and no one here. Here I am in Hollywood Corner. And this is where I've put all the gifts that have been given to me over the years by my friends and celebrity friends from around the world of show business. This is particularly nice. I was particularly pleased to receive this. I think it's a family dart set. And it's fantastic, and it's basically it's a gift that's given as a kind of forgiveness, because I went round to Kevin Costner's house when I was in Los Angeles, which is in California, which is in the United States of America, and I got a couple of snowballs and stole some money off him. But he's written on the back, "Bob, I forgive you. Please accept this." And he's written, "Millsy, Prince of Thieving Bastards," and that's lovely there. And also, this shouldn't actually be here. This, although it's from a celebrity, this is Pepto-Bismol, and this is always sent over by Cher, because when she stays around here, she's not a young lady, and she often has a jippy tummy, so she has to have a couple of mouthfuls of that before bed, in the spare room, obviously. Well, part of her sleeps in the spare room, and then a bit of her sleeps in that room, and her legs sleep in the lounge. Another programme. This is not actually one of the programmes that I made. This is a programme that I feature in, because you're aware of the fact that, along with all the other things I do, I am a member of the police force. I have the power to arrest you even now, just like that. I could just come round your house now and nick you, OK? And this is a programme that was made about the division that I was in. And I'm just going to play the first bit, just as an example to young people.
It's essential that an officer portrays himself as a clean-cut person, and that we give the officers the uniform to do that. If he goes in a slovenly manner, uniform dirty and not pressed, he'll be treated as somebody who's slovenly.
Where am I?
My whole philosophy is this, that if you present yourself spick and span, he will demand an element of respect.
I think they're my feet. I'm here somewhere. Where am I?
After 2
there
hours
I am now,
standing in driving rain, for some, this rain is just too great.
Turned up pissed on parade, basically. It happens sometimes like that. I was in first rank, right, front rank, and we was notoriously difficult division. We was at police academy, and the officers didn't really want us to meet the detective chief superintendent and the assistant commissioner when they came.
If you ask the first row of officers to come to attention and produce to me the baton. First rank.
First rank? You sure? Second rank are pretty good. You might want to have a look at second rank first. Because he knew that us lot in first rank, right, we'd been out drinking the night before. In fact, me and one of my fellow officers, a young lady, we'd had 38 Campari and lemonades between us, right? So he knew we was going to be good for nothing.
A division, first rank, shoot!
There she is. Up!
Produce your buttons for Mr. Doverston, please.
Produce your battens.
Okay.
We haven't got our battens with us, sorry. Warrant cards?
Okay. Warrant cards, please.
No. Turned up without them, sorry.
One there, sir.
Okay.
Warrant card?
No, sorry, no battens, no warrant cards. And I've got to tell you, Scrambled Egg Hat, you're lucky we turned up in the first place, right? Because we were spewing up less than an hour ago, all right? But we was pretty good. But the hardest one of us all, right, was my mate Richard Greaves. He was in our police. He was a special constable. He was also a traffic warden. And I'll tell you what, one of the hardest men alive. I mean, people in the SAS, my mates in the SAS used to go, "You don't hang around with him, do you?" He's a bit naughty.
I think it comes down to basically enjoying working with people. And not knowing what's going to happen.
Right.
Whether I'm actually
Nick.
working as a special constable or a traffic warden, anything can happen. Riding your bicycle on a pedestrianised area, okay? So there's no cycling at all.
Get off the bike now. You're nicked.
If I can ask you to walk with your bike, that'll be fine.
Go on this corner, yeah?
Yeah.
You're nicked. Get off the bike.
Go too far then, because obviously you don't want to...
No cycling at all.
It's a pedestrianised area.
Well, for you as well.
Well, as soon as you get around the corner, you'll be okay.
But you can't ride here.
In the future, okay.
Well, you better not do it tomorrow, all right? Because tomorrow I'll be tooled up, all right? And I'll bring you down. I'll shoot you down like a dog, all right? This is me and him, anyway, out on patrol. And he had a thing, bit of a thing about cemeteries and stuff like that.
We're now at the cemetery. We're acting on information received that there are regularly youths congregating in and around the cemetery area taking drugs. We're going to go in, we're going to have a look. Obviously we're going into the cemetery via the back way, so we're not highly visible.
We'll have them.
We'll see what we can come up with.
We'll have them. And kids taking drugs, they're nicked.
Well, as you've seen, the graveyard is, I'll choose my words very carefully, deserted.
That's because he, and I'll choose my words carefully, is a dope, mostly. He had this terrible thing about death. Wherever there was dead bodies, he reckoned there'd be crime.
So there's obviously nobody here taking drugs or doing anything untoward here tonight. So we're going to go from this point down to the funeral parlour. We actually look down the far end of the road, we can actually see that there are a group of people huddled together on the left-hand side. So we're going to try and get as close as we can. But you understand that by hanging around this problem, it's getting hit all the time. People naturally, especially residents, will point the finger at you, you see. Problem, isn't it? Catch-22. You've got nowhere to go, but obviously when you hang around here, you could get the finger of suspicion.
Come on, nick them. They're up to it.
Despite close inspection, the specials could find no evidence of drug taking by the children and no trace of damage to the garage.
What sort of things could go...
Pesky kids. Why don't you take drugs and damage the garage so we can nick you? Actually, no, I'm being a bit blithe. That's not the point of it. The reason we're there, the reason me and my mates in the Special Conservative is to prevent crime, all right? If we never nick anyone, then that's a happy day for us, because you know what it means? It means no one's doing anything wrong, OK? Because our presence on the street has stopped people committing crimes, and that's all we could ever ask.
We're wrong later tonight. Well, we could have something in respect of maybe someone being drunk and disorderly and that kind of crime. We could have something maybe outside the chip shop behind us, maybe some youths getting a little out of hand. We could have somebody trying to break into any of the shops here in the marketplace area. So anything could happen. Hopefully nothing will.
Yes, everything's fine tonight. No crimes at all been committed. I'll see you later. Cheers. Like to I better try the studio next door. Hello, Bobby M, Radio.